So, as of late, I've seen a bunch of shorts and TikToks and reels floating around on the internet about how girls think it's super hot when guys have veiny arms.
Hi, I'm Bloody J. I'm an addict. Mighty real weed. Yes, I.
I mean, apparently they think it's downright sexy when a man wears some kind of dress shirt or long sleeve shirt, rolls up his sleeves, and shows off his veiny forearms. It's a thing, fellas. So in this video, I'm gonna give you 7 tips on how to improve vascularity and get veiny arms. If you're new here, my name's Ben Richardson. I'm a personal trainer, a certified nutrition coach, and a chemical engineer. For years, I suffered from low testosterone, and it wasn't until I went through a pretty nasty breakup in college that I really started to get a grip on my life. So I'm here to help men transform their lives like I did and share what I've learned since then with the world. So if you want to learn about more ways to do that, go ahead and hit the subscribe button because I do post videos just like this one every single week. Alright, so tip number 1, if you want to improve vascularity, get veiny arms, and make the jaws of some ladies drop, is to get lean. This is one of the more obvious tips, but reducing the amount of body fat that you carry is going to decrease the amount of mass that's cushioned between your skin and your veins, and that's going to make the veins in your arms pop more. So to get leaner, you've got to eat in a calorie deficit. Out of everything that you need to prioritize when it comes to this, eating in a calorie deficit is the most important thing. There are 3,500 calories in 1 pound of stored body fat, so getting lean and lowering body fat is just a matter of hitting the numbers consistently. Easier said than done though, because eating food is really fun. The best advice I can give you here is to calculate your maintenance calories and base your calorie deficit off of that. So do a quick Google search on a maintenance calorie calculator, and once you have that number, subtract 500 to 700 calories. And that's about how many calories you should eat every day to get lean. It's also going to be enough food to keep you sane while you're working towards your fat loss goals. So make sure you don't starve yourself for the sake of losing body fat. If you try to lean down too quickly, you'll actually lose muscle mass too, and your testosterone levels are going to take a hit, which means you're going to feel like crap. You want to feel like $1,000,000 even while you're trying to lose body fat, because that's going to make it easier to maintain for a longer time. And I could go on and on about nutrition strategies to get lean and lose body fat, but I'm going to move on to the next tip to improve vascularity and get veiny arms. So if you want to learn more about fat loss and nutrition tips to get lean, go download my fitness and nutrition app. It's called RichFit, and it's available for free on the Google and the Apple Store. And there's a free 12-week program that's available on the app that you can go through with fitness and nutrition training, so that'll help you get started on this one. Okay, tip number 2 is to get strong. I'm going to be very specific about this because I am not telling you to maximize your muscle growth. I am telling you to get stronger by lifting heavier weights. Maximizing muscle growth is not necessarily going to help you improve vascularity and get veiny arms. And maybe that sounds insane, but next time you hit the gym, take a look around and notice how many guys are walking around with big arms, big chests, and big shoulders. They may even have slim waists and have kind of that V taper build, but they're not vascular at all. What the heck is wrong with them? The answer actually lies in how they train. Odds are they train specifically to build muscle mass, but they don't necessarily train to get stronger and lift heavier weights. Maximizing muscle mass involves pumping your muscles up with high volume training, which activates a muscle growth mechanism called sarcoplasmic hypertrophy. This type of hypertrophy increases how much fluid can be stored in muscles, but it doesn't actually build new muscle fibers. When you build strength and get stronger, you activate a different kind of muscle growth called myofibrillar hypertrophy, where your body actually builds new muscle fibers. So if you really pay attention to the guys in the gym who are lean and big, but they're not inherently vascular, and then you also watch how they train, they don't actually lift heavy weights. When you build up new muscle fibers by getting stronger and lifting heavy heavier weights, then those new muscle fibers are actually going to push your veins against your skin, so your veins are going to pop more because of that. And in all honesty, chicks are gonna go nuts when they see that you not only have veiny arms, but you're freaking strong too. Alright, the third thing that you want to do is to start eating foods that boost nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a gaseous signaling molecule used by your body, and it's also your body's primary vasodilator, meaning it opens up or dilates blood vessels. And this is a good thing because it increases blood flow efficiency, which is going to make nutrient delivery much more efficient. And on top of all that, it's going to make those veins in your arms pop more, so you definitely want to be eating foods that are going to produce more nitric oxide throughout your system. And you know, maybe that's why girls are so attracted to veiny arms. It's kind of a biological indicator of good health, because the veiny arms kind of imply good blood flow, and that means that your body is delivering nutrients throughout your body very well. That's just speculation though, but as far as the foods you want to be eating, pomegranates are especially effective at boosting nitric oxide. I personally opt for pomegranate juice, but there are a lot of cardiovascular benefits associated with drinking pomegranate juice. Improved blood flow from higher nitric oxide levels is in fact one of them. And then tubers like carrots and potatoes, onions and beets, these are all great nitric oxide boosting foods. Fresh garlic is also really effective at enhancing blood flow and boosting nitric oxide. And practically any kind of fruit is going to help here too, especially fruits that are very high in vitamin C and antioxidants. So things like oranges and apples, berries, grapes, pineapples, peaches, pears, watermelon. And fun fact, there's also citrulline in watermelon, and that's also a great blood flow enhancing compound as well. Citrulline is actually in a lot of pre-workouts. But anyway, the list of fruits goes on here. You get the idea. You really can't go wrong with fruit. So really just getting more high quality carbs into your diet, but stick with those foods and those veins in your arms are going to be popping in a pinch. Tip number 4 is to get more sunlight exposure. It is well known that sunlight exposure causes the skin to produce vitamin D naturally, but it is not so well known that it also causes the skin to produce nitric oxide too. Researchers at the University of Edinburgh found that skin instantly produces nitric oxide when exposed to natural sunlight, and they also concluded that sunlight exposure dramatically enhances your life expectancy by reducing your risk of strokes. Now, you only get this effect if you don't use sunblock or sunscreen, so make sure you just kind of raw dog it on this one. I'd limit your exposure to like an hour or less so that you don't get sunburnt. That's kind of the best way to get all of the benefits without introducing the risk of burning your skin and getting cancer or anything like that. I'd also encourage you to expose as much of your skin to the sun as possible, obviously while being socially modest. I mean, if you have a privacy fence and you can just lay out naked, then by all means go ahead and knock yourself out. Actually, exposing your balls to sunlight has actually been shown to boost testosterone levels naturally, so more power to you if you can do that. But yeah, sunlight's good for the vein popping action too. Tip number 5 is to get rid of your mouthwash. This one may seem a little far-fetched, but let me explain what's going on here. So the bacteria in your mouth, specifically on your tongue, convert nitrates into nitrites, and those nitrites are then converted to nitric oxide in your gut, and also by a couple other enzymes. And by the way, an enzyme is just a protein that speeds up a biochemical reaction, so don't get intimidated by terms like these. It's just a protein that makes chemical reactions go faster, that's all. So anyway, the reason mouthwash disrupts this process is that it kills bacteria in your mouth to clean it. However, there are good bacteria and there are bad bacteria. So all the good bacteria enzymes that convert nitrates into nitrites, those are also being killed from the mouthwash. So because of that, the nitrates never get converted into nitrites, which ultimately get converted into nitric oxide in your gut to improve your vascularity. So in a nutshell, it hinders the first step in the whole cascade of producing nitric oxide. Honestly, honestly, brushing your teeth well once or twice a day and maybe flossing is really all you need to maintain good mouth health. Swishing mouthwash around in your mouth is mostly just a convenient way of cleaning your mouth, but that doesn't necessarily make it good for you, so toss that Listerine away and your vascularity is going to improve naturally. Tip number 6 is to just laugh more. You might not think that a simple act like laughing could have any kind of impact on your vascularity. See, I saved all the fun tips for the end. Aren't you glad you stuck around? But this study here clearly showed that men's growth hormone levels, dopamine levels, and nitric oxide levels all increased pretty significantly after watching a solid hour of something funny. So who knows, maybe it is true what they say about laughing more will make you live longer, but at the very least, it'll boost your nitric oxide levels and help improve your vascularity so that you can get veiny arms. I personally like to wind down at night by watching something funny. As of this video, I've been watching a lot of American Dad, and super unpopular opinion, I actually think I like American Dad a little bit more than I like Family Guy. Let me know in the comments if you're Team American Dad or Team Family Guy. Honestly, they're both really great shows. But anyway, that's my personal way of getting a little bit of laughter in. Now, I know I talk a lot about avoiding blue light emitting screens before going to bed. I just wear some blue light blocking glasses to combat this. It's probably better to just avoid it altogether, but I think winding down and just turning my brain off and enjoying some TV kind of helps me relax before falling asleep. And I could go on and on about sleep, but I already did that in this video, so if you want to learn more about getting better sleep, head on over to that video once you're done watching this one, because improving your sleep is one of the best things that you can do to improve your testosterone health. Okay, last but certainly not least is to take supplements that enhance blood flow and boost nitric oxide levels. Some of my favorite supplements that I've used have garlic and vitamin C in them, L-citrulline and arginine. I've read about other compounds like Icarin. I think I'm saying that right. I might be completely butchering it, but it's a flavonoid found in an herb called horny goatweed. And I've personally never taken it before, but animal research suggests that it might be able to improve blood flow and increase testosterone levels. So if you want to give that a try, knock yourself out. Resveratrol is also another compound that might be useful. It's a polyphenol flavonoid found in grapes and red wines. I can't say I've ever supplemented with it before because I've only read rat studies that have suggested that it has benefits, but you know, feel free to experiment with it here. It is a naturally occurring compound, so it does have my stamp of approval. Now, if you want some specific brands and specific products as far as supplements go, I would recommend a supplement called Redwood that's made by a company called Umzu. It's a fantastic blood flow enhancer, and then that same company has a really good liquid vitamin D3 supplement. There's another company called Thorne Research. Thorne Research also makes great vitamin supplements. I've had great experiences with their products, like the basic 2 per day multivitamin that they make. Kinobody also makes a blood flow enhancer supplement as well. It's called Kino Nitro. When it comes to supplements, I like to order most of my supplements from the same company because it's just easier to get everything in one package. I'm sure you probably could find cheaper stuff on Amazon, so feel free to do your own digging around, but I've tried all of those products and they've all worked great for me. But there you have it, 7 tips on how to improve vascularity and get veiny arms. One last tip I'll leave you with is to sleep naked too. And I made a whole video on the health benefits of sleeping naked, so definitely check that one out up here after you're done watching this one. Sleeping naked actually improves your blood flow while you're sleeping throughout the night, and that's just to name one of the benefits, but that's the most relevant benefit to this video. So if you want to learn more, head on over there and I'll see you over there. But that's all for this video. If you liked it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here to my channel and you've made it this far, I would love it if you subscribe to my channel as well. Also, make sure you download my fitness and nutrition app. It's called RichFit and it's available for free on the Google and the Apple stores. And like I mentioned, there's a free 12-week program with fitness and nutrition training that you can go through. So take advantage of that. If you follow it to the T, you're going to get great results. If you made it to the end, I do appreciate you sticking around. I hope you got a lot out of this video too. Good luck improving your vascularity and getting getting those veiny arms so that these internet chicks just start drooling all over you. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.